Shout out Real Tone. He came all the way from Texas just to interview Momma Duck. Rolling.
It's rolling. It's rolling.
What's up? What's up, y'all?
Man, before we even get started, even though I think the world already know, man, just for the people who don't know, who we got behind the camera.
They call me Momma Duck. I'm FBG Duck's mom.
You got a cup right there. You want to explain your cup?
Oh, yeah, this is my little cup. My auntie made me, repping all my babies and say the future is bright. Then they got my daughter Leandra, who I lost in the fight. And got Brick, who I lost to gun violence. And of course, it got Duck on there. And this is my little special cup. My little plain cup. I'm the only one to drink out this cup.
Better not put your lips on. Momma Duck, how have you been?
I've been maintaining, y'all. Grace of God, I've been okay. I've been getting through.
Okay. And now, just before we get into anything, I kind of want to tell them, if you don't mind, can we tell them what you got coming up?
About my reality show?
About your reality show. Let them know the positive.
Yeah, I got a reality show coming out. It's called The Clout Family.
Okay.
And, I don't want to get too much into it, but it's going to be raw and uncut.
It's going to be raw and uncut?
Raw and uncut.
Okay.
More really, I'll be giving it away on Facebook.
Right.
It's going to be more in-depth and realer.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. That's a good move. That's big. We know your son. We've been watching him for years now on the internet and interviews, listening to the music. I want to know the woman who produced him. You know what I'm saying? Where are you from?
I am born and raised in the Ida B. Wells and on 46 in Lake Park.
What's the Ida B. Wells?
The Ida B. Wells is a project that's located from 39th and King Drive, going back to 37th and King Drive, going up to 37th and Cottage Grove, going back to 39th and King Drive. So it's like one big old circle.
Okay, where everybody's basically from.
Yeah.
So, how was it when you were growing up in the projects?
How was it? Like I say, I come from a big family. Now I look at it today like we made the struggle look good.
That part.
I come from a grandmother who had 9 kids, and out of her 9 kids, gave her 57 grandkids, which is me. I'm one of the 57 grandkids. And my grandmother passed away in 2008. And when she died, she was 81 years old. When she passed away, she left here with 4 kids, 57 grandkids, and 151 great-grandkids. That's them.
Right.
Anyways, that's what she had when she died. It was like 5 of them pregnant. So they all big now, though.
Right.
2008. I came from a big family. I came from a family of zero tolerance. Like, you hear anything about my uncles and stuff, and my aunties, they was cold. Back then they had taverns and bars, and basically they was them people.
Right.
So
They had some money.
yeah.
Right. Okay, so at some point they closed the projects or tear the projects down, correct?
Yeah, like 2007, they had tore our development down. So, in the process of them tearing the development down, my grandmother, she moved on 99th in Lafayette. And when she moved, because my grandmother back in the day, I was wild, running crazy. My grandmother basically raised Brick, him, Duck, my older 5 kids. But when she got sick, that's when I had to get my shit together and get my kids. You know what I'm saying? So that's when the 63rd, that's when that came about. She stayed on 99th, then she stayed on 64th and Damon. And when she got sick, that's when, in 2008, I moved on 66 and Rose, which is like still in the same. They went to Emmett Till school. You know, Duckman went to Emmett Till. That's when he met Mello and Dutch.
I'm just not to even interrupt, but is Emmett Till, if he's from 63rd? I've been seeing a meme.
He lived 60, 63, 64, 27.
He's already been on that porch all the time.
60,
64,
it's a landmark.
It's a landmark now.
Landmark.
That's crazy.
St. Lawrence, 63,
Yeah,
47, 64, 27, St. Lawrence. It's a landmark now. Yeah. So, yeah, Emmett Till was from over there.
Yeah, that
He
messed me
lived
up.
over there, but that STL stuff ain't got nothing to do with Emmett Till. They just lived on the block.
Right.
Stayed on the block. He was
Right.
basically lived.
So here we are. We moved to 63rd. Let me say this, your life is so inspiring because I know a lot of mothers out there can relate to what you saying. Like your story, kind of like my mama's story. You know, we stayed with grandma until she got sick and couldn't take care of us no more. Mama came, you know, whatever the case may be. How do you think like the closing of the projects affected life in the hood for the kids?
Cause you know, like when I was growing up in the projects, I ain't gonna lie and say it wasn't gangs. You know what I'm saying? It
Right.
was GDs, it was BDs, it was Stones, it was Vice Lords.
Right.
They were active and they had structure.
Right.
It was just certain shit that they didn't do.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just certain stuff that when I was growing up, gangbangers didn't do.
Like what?
The kids, and I know fathers, the GDs, women and kids were off limits. Like they didn't play that stuff.
Yeah.
And it was structure. These kids today, I don't know what's wrong when there's no structure. They don't care. They're gonna shoot you. They're
Oh, we good?
yeah. Now she gonna call somebody. Give me 1 second.
You got it. Okay. Where was we at? What was we?
We're talking about
The projects, the closing down of the projects affected. You feel like it was structured?
Yeah, back when I was growing up.
Right.
It wasn't all peaches and cream, but it wasn't like it is now. You
Right.
see what I'm saying? Our gangbangers, where I grew up around, they did a lot for the community. They held like toy drives and gave away, you know, had talent shows and Mother Day picnics. Like they really gave back to the hood. This was before all this madness that's going on now.
What do you think caused the madness? Like from what you come from?
Well, a lot of them, I grew up with their parents. A lot of them people who my sons into it, I grew up with their parents. We all grew up together, a lot of us.
So you grew up with people who
Kids are into it
with
my
your kids.
Yeah.
Wow.
And that's like, and because of that, because the projects got tore down.
Right.
So everybody moving on residential blocks. And it's more like set tripping. It ain't like BDs against the GDs and the GDs. It's like set tripping because you got BDs trying to get out on BDs and you got GDs. It's just the sets now. It's all about sets.
Right.
So.
And the sense is like the streets they grown.
Yeah, they claiming blocks their ass don't even own. I could never get that. But
Break that down for us. What you mean by
they
that?
don't own shit. How they gonna claim a block they don't own?
Right.
Majority of them don't live there. And they ain't paying no taxes or shit, but because of they think they who they is, they think they own some shit. No.
That part.